got a response from all the other realtors or investors who invested in this iFlip scam. You know, the flipping scam where they invested in properties in the hood and then they were promised that they were just gonna skyrocket in value. Now they're left with foreclosures and they lost all of their money.
We have been hoodwinked, bamboozled.
Guys, we're gonna get into it. And this is the thing that I talk about all the time. And I try to forewarn individuals about these type of ridiculous things and things you could have saw at the very, very beginning of this. But let's go into it. My name is Orlando. Welcome to the channel. Make sure you hit that like and subscribe button because it always helps out the channel, guys. Also, I have a newsletter. Look in the description and the pinned comment, and it's free. You cannot beat it.
Responds, for months, we've been digging into a so-called real estate Ponzi scheme. It's accused of financially decimating dozens of Southside families, and those allegations are detailed in recent lawsuits filed against a home flipping business called iFlip Chicago.
Now, they're accused of luring inexperienced investors into predatory loans, resulting in bankruptcies and a slew of foreclosures across the Woodlawn area. And since our first story aired last month, more alleged victims have contacted PJ Rendawa, showing us the supposed scheme may have an even bigger impact than we first thought.
I just want to point out a couple of things that the anchor said. She said that this iFlip guy team who was basically pulling people in to do this flipping in the hood scheme, she said that he was luring in inexperienced investors. Now, just hear me out on this. They're all realtors.
I can't believe you did this to me.
Now, I know what some of you guys say.
Just because they're realtors, Orlando, doesn't mean that they're experienced investors.
Now, I would say yes, that's true. Not all realtors understand investing. I get that. But shouldn't they know things like location? Shouldn't they know things like, something's fishy about this? Shouldn't they have other individuals that they could speak to go, is this a good deal? Shouldn't they have a network of people who build up and understand real estate at their fingertips? Wouldn't you think that that would be the case? I would think that would be the case. You know, for a realtor, and I tell you this, guys, all the time. That realtors, the bar of entry is so low. It's a multiple choice test. It could be your pizza delivery guy. It's your DoorDash, Lyft, Uber driver, a Walmart greeter could be your realtor. This is what I'm talking about. Everybody puts on, oh, he's a realtor. You want to get into real estate? Become a realtor. Realtors know everything about real estate. They certainly know, at the bare minimum, location. They didn't even know the school districts. Because I can promise you, the school districts in this flipping in the hood scenario, it probably wasn't the best.
They promised a path to financial freedom, a shot at building generational wealth.
Make an investment and leave a legacy for your children and your children's children.
Ramo and Michelle Bay run iFlip Chicago, and if you have a little bit of money to invest, they claim to provide everything else you need to successfully flip a home, from the contractors to the funding.
We have over $30 million worth of rehab funding.
Oh, guys. Are we really leading with the generational wealth? I mean, at this point, guys, if someone says generational wealth in a meeting, you need to get up and just run.
I'm not gonna be here.
Walk out of the meeting right now. If you're in the meeting right now and someone says generational wealth and they're trying to sell you, just get up and leave. Just pack your bags and say, no, thank you, and leave. Because this is ridiculous. We need to coin a new term, generational bankruptcy. Because this is what this is. You're going to be in a situation where you're being sold generational wealth. Let's be real. Everybody. You're just trying to get yourself together. Why would you be worried about other generations? Do you know how hard it is to get that type of money? Generational wealth. It's hard. Like, think about that. Someone is trying to sell you to get into house flipping where it's split up 9 ways and he's taking 30% and he's trying to tell you, you're going to get generational wealth. You'll be lucky if you get $100 out of this deal. You'll be lucky if you're making $25 a month on this deal. And he's telling you generational wealth. This is the reason why I'm going to coin the term generational bankruptcy. Because if you set yourself up getting into these scams and flipping in the hood and all this stuff, I've done videos explaining to you guys why this is a horrible idea. Not only that, but I am a big believer in no partnerships, especially on these small deals. You got to remember, guys, these are hood homes. Some of these homes are $100,000 and they're being split 6, 7, 8 ways. This guy's taking 30, 40%. Make it make sense to me. Show me the math where you think that makes sense. Show me the math. I want to see when you go down the calculator and you get down to the 9th person and the guy's taking 30%, a contractor's taking 40, 50%, and then all of you guys got to split up 9 ways, the other 20%. Tell me that's worth it. Tell me, does that make sense? You better save up your money and just do it yourself. Do it yourself. I know, it's hard. It's hard, but that's the purpose of real estate. It's going to be hard. It's going to be challenging. And when someone gives you this too good to be true scenario, hey, don't worry about it. I'll wrap up everything for you and you will make $1 million off of all of my hard work. Come on, man. Come on. Really?
But according to 2 lawsuits, Ramo Bey allegedly lured inexperienced investors into signing up for predatory loans with him. The loans were cross-collateralized, meaning if Ramo fell behind on any other loans in his name, the iFlip investors he recruited would be responsible for paying his debt. As a result, nearly a dozen investors tell NBC5 Response they couldn't access the loan money they needed to finish their flips.
It's like getting in bed with the devil.
Well, every day I came in the game when I lost.
Did you hear what she said? It's like getting in bed with the devil. The other guy said, as soon as I came in the game, I lost. He's right. I don't know if he's a realtor because most of these people are realtors, but that guy's smart. He wasn't smart enough to point it out, but he's definitely understands in hindsight what's going on. I understand. This is a serious topic. These guys lost money. They shouldn't have, but I need to knock home to you how easy it is to figure this out. These guys bought homes in Woodlawn area in Chicago. I'm going to, on live right now, I didn't do any preparation. I'm literally just going to go into Google and I'm going to type in Woodlawn on spot crimes. You know what comes up? A bunch of red targets. All of these, what does this mean? Shooting, theft, burglary, theft, vandalism, shooting. I mean, you would have thought that just seeing all of the red targets and just typing in Wood. Look, I just did that. That's 4 seconds of research. And it would have been like, to me, oh, no. Why would I want to invest in flipping in the area where there's shootings all the time? Why would I want to invest in areas where there's theft all the time? It seems like, look, I'm just guessing. I'm just guessing, guys, that if there's a lot of theft in the area, when you rebuild in that area, there's still going to be thieves who steal in that area. There's still going to be thieves who break and steal the copper wire out of your ACs and vandalize your property. I can almost guarantee you that happened. I can almost guarantee you. Look, and that's just a guess. I mean, it's not a too far of a guess because look, I mean, it's thefts, arrests, thefts, shootings. I mean, you get the point. The point that I'm trying to make, it doesn't take a rocket scientist to understand that this is not the place to invest. And I know everybody is trying to tell you, hey, get in low, buy this $25,000 home and it's going to be worth $500,000. Come on. Do you really believe that? It's like playing the lottery, guys. If you don't believe what's on the internet, you want to believe the guy who's telling you whose surname is Bay. You want to believe him that he's trying to sell you on investing, on fixing flips in the hood? Just call the police department and the police department will laugh you out of that investment. They will laugh and say, you want to do what? Yeah, go ahead. Go ahead. We'll send you the report of all the criminal activity that's in that area. I mean, look, don't take my word for it.
With the interest on their loans accumulating, these investors say they had no choice but to dip into their own funds to start renovating their properties. But there was another challenge.
It's falling apart.
You feel like this will snap at some point?
It's gonna snap.
The investors say the poor quality of work done by iFlip's contractors led each home to fail multiple city inspections.
Basically everything that
took place in our home was against the city code.
It's raining in the room.
So almost all of the work completed had to be torn out and redone.
So I just took this drywall down. This is what's behind the wall.
I mean, look at that, guys. Look at that. Behind the drywall, it was a bottle of water and a bottle of Mystic. I mean, you know these guys weren't working. I mean, come on. Come on. Another red flag that a guy who tells you he's going to put everything together. You're going to be able to use his lawyer, his contractor, his lender. He's going to find the house for you, and he's going to make you $1 million. He's going to cure generational wealth for every client, including himself. Let me repeat that again. He's going to cure generational wealth for every one of his clients, including himself. But yet, he's taking 30, 40% of the cut. Then he's going to give another 40% to contractors who aren't really contractors, or very bad contractors at the very least.
Who does that?
Look, water is pouring down when it rains. Basically, the investment is a bust at this point anyway. You're gonna have to rip all that stuff out or pay double or triple for someone to fix it.
No!
You know what the old saying is? It's like, you think I'm expensive, wait till you get someone who doesn't know what they're doing to go in there and do it. This is a prime example of that. And then the number one thing, location, location, location. And I know, there will be plenty of people who go against what I say. They're gonna say, Orlando,
I don't know what you're talking about. Investing in the hood is a great option. I don't know what you're talking about, but we need to buy every house in the hood.
Really? Do we? Because my understanding was everybody's trying to get out of the hood, not invest and do one of your biggest purchases in the place that you're trying to run from. Does that make sense?
It's funny because it's true.
I don't know anybody in my circle who says, you know what? I'm trying to leave this place, but I'm going to invest all of my money into the place I was trying to get away from. Make that make sense. I mean, I could be wrong.
And I'm like, I'm over $100,000 into this property.
Tiffany Brown was ultimately able to complete the renovation on her own, but Deshaun Carr and Miranda Booker's properties ended up in foreclosure.
It's sitting here because nothing else could be done. Why? Because all of our funds had run out.
In a statement to NBC5 Response last month, Ramos said he and his clients were a victim of predatory lending and that language in the loans was never disclosed or explained at closing. But emails and documents obtained by NBC5 Response show Ramos signed up more than 20 iFlip investors for these loans. And he was repeatedly told his debts were being tacked on to other investors' loans.
See, it's always the paperwork that gets people, right? This guy's trying to say, oh, I didn't know, when he 100% knew. He knew exactly what he was doing. The paper documents and emails all show that he knew exactly what was going on. He knew that he had it all linked up and stuff, which is, by the way, like I've always said, I'm a lender, almost 20 years doing it. Cross-collateralization on other people's loans? That's diabolical.
That is a move. Come on, even you got to agree with me.
That's crazy. That is ridiculous. I don't know who would sign that paperwork. Well, the guy did. But the individuals, the investors, I don't know one investor that would sign and say,
you know what? I'm going to be locked in on all of your other loans. Loans that I have nothing to do with. I want to be locked in and have all the proceeds sucked out of that.
I don't know one. I don't know one who would say, yep, that's what I want to do. It just doesn't make sense. Again, some of these guys should know better, at least quote unquote, since they're realtors. At the very least, you know location. At the very least, you know how to use Google. At the very least, you can go to Zillow. That's like a realtor's like home. They love Zillow. Go to Zillow, look at the school districts, look at the walk rating. I mean, most of these things are color coordinated. Red means bad, green means good. And then it has numbers. 1 meaning bad, all the way up to 10 meaning great.
Do you understand the words that are coming out of my mouth?
What I'm saying is that You should be extremely cautious on any investment you do. It's your money. You have to be cautious. A lot of these guys, the reason why they're in this predicament now is because everybody during the pandemic was telling, oh, you're going to make trillions and billions and you can make a return of 400 or 500% on investments. Let it be real estate, stocks, crypto. And everybody believed it. And then now that we're going into a downturn in the economy, the tide is pulling back. Now that the water's pulled back, now you can see everything. Now you can see everything. Now you can see, oh, you were scamming me. Oh, you didn't know what you were doing either. Oh, you just told me that you knew what you were doing.
Awkward. So awkward.
Let's make it normal that if you're going to give away 20, 30, even 1,000, any of your money, and you're going to invest it, you should probably know something about that investment. You should probably do the research yourself to understand, hey, is this a good investment? You should probably speak to someone who knows, who is licensed. Let's say that together, licensed. And talk to them and say, is this something I should involve myself in? What are the pros and cons of that? Versus, you know what? I saw a podcast and they said generational wealth, and this is the way to get generational wealth. And without doing any research, I'm going to go ahead and put all my money into that.
Lawsuits offer a possible motive for all of this. They accuse him of conspiring with the lender, Envision Funding, to profit off the pricey loan extension fees many investors paid to avoid defaulting on their loans.
I paid $95,000.
The extensions and everything was another $30,000.
Ramo denies that allegation, but his denials don't explain this. On Deshaun's closing paperwork from 2021, Ramo lists himself as a loan officer for Envision Funding.
He created a system that he can make money through the whole process without putting no money up and without no risk.
Yeah, I mean, I heard everything he said, but he did have that smoke detector going off at the end there. You heard what the gentleman said there. $90,000. $90,000 of his hard-earned money gone.
Sensational.
The other lady, previously, they lost a total of $400,000. The other people probably lost equal or more to that. This is probably millions of dollars that just washed away. What blows my mind is all of the money that these guys had. $93,000. Another lady said she had $200,000. Another lady, another two. Where is all of this money? All of this money that's in their pocket that they're willing to just burn. Just burn it. Just give it away. I need you guys to hold tight onto your money. I need you to be so critical of other individuals when it comes to your money that you're going to give them 21,000 questions. Hey, what about this? What about this? What about this? And you know what? The person that you're asking the questions to, they shouldn't get mad. It's your money. And if they do get mad, walk away. You guys will walk away from these realtors. Walk away from these guys trying to tell you to do HGTV flips and you're going to make money on every single transaction. You see what I'm saying? This is a lot of money that, quote unquote, generational wealth, millions of dollars. How many generations could that help in your own family? Now, again, I just want to make sure this is clear. Just listen to this. Generational wealth. Do you know how much money you have to change other generations? It's not $100,000. It's not six figures. I don't know where people get this from. You have to work so hard to do that. And if someone is telling you that they're going to start you from zero to millions generational wealth, run.
It's another strand of a web that has led more than a dozen iFlip investors into foreclosure.
This ain't just a bad situation. This was a scheme.
So she ends off by saying, this just wasn't a bad situation. This was a scheme. And, I guess they're going to go through court and figure it out. I mean, it seems pretty easy to tell exactly what's happening here. But, I'm just a guy on YouTube. What do I know? I wasn't there. I'm pretty sure people in the comments are say I'm hating or something like that. Hey, it is what it is. But I can tell you this much, guys. The point of these type of videos are to be a cautionary tale. Yes, there's nothing we can do about these individuals. They've already spent their money. They made their decision. They lost their money. This is for you to see things like this and understand I won't do this. I won't be in their shoes. I will hold on to my money. I will ask questions. At least do a Google search, guys. At least do a Google search. You have this thing in your pocket that will answer all of your questions. It's called Google. It's called a smartphone. Take advantage of this and just type in the city. Type in the name of the person. Just do a little research on the individual. And then if you still want to do it, have conversations with certified individuals. Individuals who are certified, who have licenses and have a track record. I mean, a career in that field. Please have those conversations with individuals to avoid losing your head like this. Hopefully you got value out of this content. You know you won't get all of your information from this one video. Nope, not this one video. I need you to watch this video here. It will give you information on the housing market, financial news, and get into your first rental property. And guys, the information you will get from it, it will be gold. See you in the next one. Thanks.